Today I'm going to be talking to you guys about branding your I guess adding a brand kit to Adobe Express. I will say that the cool thing about, having Adobe Express is that you're able to like keep the same fonts because you're not able to like have the exact same font in Canva as you would like throughout, I guess, in Adobe and using all of the Adobe programs. So that's pretty cool, I think. Um okay, hey, so everyone could see it pretty well. We're not, yeah, okay.
Yes.
So what I'm going to teach you guys is the brand. So when you log into your Adobe Express account, right here on the left-hand side, you're going to have your brand um tab. And I just like made one up, but I'm going to show you how to make it, I guess. So what you'll do is you'll just create your brand and type in, I guess, your company name, whatever it is. So mine is Jillian Paints. Jillian Paints Curbs is my company name. What you'll do first is you'll add your logo. So I'm assuming this is all assuming you have everything already like together. You know what fonts you're using. You know what colors, logo is made, all that good stuff. So in this is so you'll add button and you're gonna put your logo. So I made this up earlier. Sorry, let's see. Download. Have a lot of stuff. All right, so this is my logo, Jillian Paints Curb here. So now I've got my logo, and you can also add a sub logo, which is going to be like, you can add a sub logo here. Let me see, and it's sub logos are like so it's basically like a smaller version of your logo. So there's two that you can add. I will get back to that in a second. Okay, and then you can add your colors. So you can add either like a color palette that's already saved, or you can do your color swatch, which is you'll choose your colors. So you just go in and you choose it, and you have your hex number here, and you'll add another. I'm gonna add another one. I'm just gonna pick some colors. Yeah, you could do a color palette. So the color palettes are cool. You just will add it all at once. So let's see, there we go. And then next color, it's really not actually a cute color, but whatever. There we go. The next color. So that's adding your color. Last kind of what I'm going to show you guys is the font or two, but it's two.
Really quick before you do, can you explain the difference between a palette and a swatch?
Sure. A swatch is just one single color. It's just like a sample of the color. And then you have palettes, which are or that's what it is, right? It's gonna be like a series of colors. So you've got like this right here is a palette, and it's got 4 different colors. So that's a palette. It's just gonna be when you think of like a painting, essentially, you have your little color, I guess where you put your paint on or whatever you're gonna use it, and that's the colors that you're using, and that's like the palette. So that's the way to think about it. Or swatches, if you know makeup or something, and you like put a swatch or whatever of a color, see the color, like what it looks like, that would be example of that if you're going to compare the two. Anyways, okay, so fonts, you'll add your font, which pretty cool. I have already saved mine. So because I'm a curve painter, I use stencils a lot for my numbers. So I thought it would be cool to have a stencil font. And then another font, which would be, it's going to be this chunky, which I think is really cute. It's like a script, but just a little bit more cleaner, I feel like. Okay, and then for templates, this would be like later on down the road, I guess, once you start using your templates, you can create, because, with branding, you're trying to just kind of like, you want to be known for that brand. So being consistent with your posting, so putting a template in with like, if you want to do like, okay, shout outs or something like that, or curb features from, then you would have like a template that you would set up, and then it would go into, and then you would actually have to save it, just by the way, because whenever you push add, for instance, you want to add a template like this, you go and name it, save template. That's how you do templates. Okay. And then the assets is going to be like, for my assets, I added some curb picture, something that like shapes or something like that. If your brand has certain shapes, like maybe geometric shapes of some sort, like, circles or squares or whatever, then that would go in here. And yeah, so what I did earlier was I made this for my assets. I added my curb examples and whatnot. And then I have a photo that I took in San Antonio, by the way. And then the last thing I want to show you guys is like, okay, so let's say you got your brand kit together, which and you want to go in and you want to use a template of some sort that's already this is how you use the brand. Right, customize. And then so you're going to go to your brand kit whenever you get the screen up, go to your brand. And then you've got it laid out here. So you've got your logos, your colors. So what we'll do instead is put my logo in there. Okay, so we're going to put that in there. Jillian Banks Curbs. Yeah. And then you'll go to, this is like the coolest part, is that the color palette. I'll go back to my brand kit. You can choose, you can add different ones. Well, anyway, so the color palette. If you click on the color palette, it gives you different variations. And it changes all the preset colors, which is awesome. And then you can go in and like, let's say you want to change this to your brand. But yeah, so any questions, comments, concerns? I think it's probably like important that if you are like doing marketing, you're doing any kind of like business related things in Adobe, then which Express, which is a great source for that kind of material. I think it's important to set up your brand kit first and foremost. That would be like the first thing you should. I would say just unless you're playing around in there and just kind of like doing like whatever. But if you are like a branded company of some sort, then I think that's the best first step.